Alrighty, this is the replay analysis for P5 Dazzle. Alright, starting items. One set tangos, one salve, so a little on the light side, but okay, got one of each. Mango, fine. The Sage's Mask doesn't look great. Fairy Fire, bad. Sentry, good. You do not have a second sentry queued up. We talked about this last week. You really need two sentries with the way they're playing the game and the way we are. Looks like you're going for the early medallion. Okay. Boots, wand, medallion. Okay. So I think we talked about posturing here. That's fine. We're not doing anything. Poison touch first. Good. And we're just hanging out, looking for around here. It's fine. Yeah, one of us should be up on this high ground to make sure that we're not getting this stolen from us behind. Whether it's Dazzle or someone else, not really a big deal. We've got enough control at the river to be able to protect the one rune if someone does try to come up and steal it. Okay, so a lot of times people will get the Blightstone first, but getting it a little later seems okay to me, since you wanted to get the Mango and the Sage's Mask. So I'm imagining you're going to be trying to cast Poison Touch a lot with the two mana items here. These are much less common to rush as your starting item. Usually you get Blightstone because you're right-clicking for most of your damage in the beginning at level 1. So you're basically trading a lot of your right-click damage for a hope that you'll get like your 4th or 5th poison stack earlier. Okay, you walked around that tree, you didn't attack, that's bad. Okay, you ate your mango, not your fairy fire, extremely bad. Okay, you're trying to right click, eat the tango, you still haven't started, that's good, you still got a fairy fire. Oh, now you're just gonna run away. Okay, so this is extremely bad. So you've lost the lane already. Let's rewind, let's see how this develops. But that is terrible. So you could have, if played correctly, that should be a kill on the Lina. You should have just solo killed her. Let's see. Okay, so you've got the Fairy Fire here. I don't know if that's like a different position for you, but you clearly ate the mango for no reason when it should have been the Fairy Fire. You have 3 casts of poison right off the bat. Okay, so right here, when you walk around this corner, you need to be A-clicking. So you already saw the Lina. You know that she's going to be around here. And your plan is you come around here, because you're not clicking down here to run away, your plan is to actually fight her. And so you do not need to, or you cannot right-click the ground to try and walk here and then wait till you see the Lina and attack her. That's too late. So what you need to do... Oh, excuse me. Try to get the status off you real quick because you got the stun indicator. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Alright. So, coming back here. Alright, so right here, you saw the Lina, you're pinging it, you're orange, so you're pinging that the Lina's here. As soon as you come around this tree, or right now, you need to be pushing your A key for attack, and then clicking on the ground. What that does is it gives you an attack move order instead of a move order with just regular right click, and it means that, this is a left click, by the way, push your A hotkey, and then left click, and then that will give you an attack order, so that instead of walking around this tree normal speed and not attacking whenever Lina, you're going to walk around the tree still, but the moment that your character sees Lina, it's going to stop walking and throw the first right click, and that's extremely important because you throw your first right click really slowly. Alright, so you dance away like you're scared of her for some reason. Lina's clearly going for a ward. That's the only reason Lina would be in this area. You have 1 sentry, which is good, so you'll probably do ward it here. This needs to be an A click, so the fact that these are green icons right here means you're moving. You're not giving it the attack modifier. So these should all be red. These should be red clicks as you're pushing A, left click on the ground. And you should be coming around this way because you probably think she's here in the area, but this is the tree you want to get around, and you want to curl around and swing around that tree as soon as possible. So by walking straight down this way, you're slowing yourself down a little bit. Alright, so A click the ground over here, attack, attack. You're not attacking, you're walking, you're looking for her. See, this way you have to kind of notice how you started your clicks down here and you had to walk them back up. If you had just clicked right here in the beginning, your character knows that the fastest path is to go down these trees and curl up, since you're not, eating you're not tangoing into the tree in order to jump the Lina. And that's perfectly fine too. A lot of times you want to eat the tango at the beginning of the fight so that the regen starts immediately. So right now you see the Lina. If you had been A-clicking, you would start attacking her right here. So you look at her, you don't click on her, you turn away, and you basically give her the first click and stun. So this is a huge mistake. You should have had the first right click. It's unfortunate that she's going to see you first, get the first right click, and then she stuns you. You should have opened with Poison Touch as well while you were A-clicking. So you want to A-click the ground as soon as you see the Lina, Poison Touch, and then the Poison Touch duration is going to last long enough that, yeah, 4 seconds. You can get stunned and then go through that whole duration and then still click her again and keep the Poison Touch going. So she should be poisoned right now, and then when you end your stun, you start the second stack. All right, so now you're running away here. You can't decide. You click down, you click up, you click down, you click up. Now you want to attack. Okay, there's the poison. Good. Now, looks like you're going for a tango. You, instead of using the tango, so your items are clearly in the wrong spot. I guess this is normally your tango slot for some reason. I don't know why anyone would put tangos in that second spot. But fine. So I guess you were either planning on tangoing or using a fairy fire. So you don't tango. You miss this. Now you're taking right clicks for nothing. All right, so you go up. You're going to click her now. Good. Right click chase. Right click again. Where's your right click animation? Okay, slow, good. Move up, good. So you're already moving early. Right click, okay, now you're waiting. You tried to right click too early. Okay, move up. Eat another tango properly since you figured out which hotkey it's on. Good. Right click again. And you have the fairy fire. So the whole point of you having a fairy fire is to try and outplay the other person. And so you're wanting to outplay them. Now here's the stun. This is the thing. You start walking away and you chicken out here. You decide for some reason, oh, I don't think this is going to work, even though this should still work at this point because you got the fairy fire and you can keep the poison sacks going. So at worst case, you trade and you kill her off. But I don't think that's even an issue here with the fairy fire. You're at what, 250? She's at 316. You add the fairy fire to yours. She doesn't have a fairy fire, so you get the extra 85. So you're actually at 325. You need to dodge this stun here. By running away, you waste a lot of time because your character's facing north. You turn the character around, so now it's facing south. So you've wasted like half a second doing that, and now she's trying to stun you. The stun is a skill shot. She has to land it on you. If you're right on top of her, you can juke around to the side either way and risk or try and get her to miss the stun. And even if she still gets the stun, okay, fine, you're still getting right clicks. But by turning away from her at this point, you're really losing heart. So you need to try and sidestep. Instead of sidestepping, you run into the stun still. You're facing the wrong way. You're still not using your fairy fire. You probably think you can get away without it, but you've lost your chance to kill her because now the poison stack is going to expire on the Lina, and you've been completely bullied out of lane. So this is overall an absolutely terrible start. What should have been a solo kill for you is a wasted mango, a wasted salve because you got to use the salve completely, a fairy fire that's not even consumed, so you're still getting the 2 damage, which is not at all worth it. And you didn't even try to use it, and you're not going to get the D ward here unless you come back later. So this is a really terrible start for your lane. And you really need that salve for Ricky if he didn't bring his own. Okay, Ricky brought his own and 2 sets of tangos, which is correct. You got a second salve coming, that's good. Good D ward. I don't know why you don't go for the poison touch there. So she's still willing to trade with you. You have a salve, you used it, so you're all full health. The Lina's at like just over half. So that's probably not even 2/3. What is this? 420 out of 640? Yeah, so she's not even at 2/3 health. Somewhere between half and 2/3. You need to go for this kill right here. So there's absolutely no reason for you to run away. If she comes up to you, you run up, you right click. If poison touch is still on cooldown, it looked like it was for about 2 seconds, that's fine. Run on top of her, right click her 1 time, eat another tango, expecting to take more damage, and then poison touch attack walker. So this is your second chance to kill the Lina that we've missed here. Bringing out an extra salve is good. Bringing out an extra set of both wards is good. Okay, you missed the stun. Okay, so that's another example of where you need to be A-clicking because you walked up and you basically like bumped into her 3 times as you were trying to get around this tree. So here you go. You D-ward, you decide not to trade, whatever. You're coming up here. You know the Lina's here. Right here, you need to be A-clicking around this tree. A-click, not right-click, because she misses the stun and she's right in front of you, and you're clicking to move past her. So now you bump into her. Bump, 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 bump. Finally, a poison touch. So that is really late. You should have bumped her, or you should have attacked her right here instead of bumping her, and then poison touched at the same place, and then she would have been in a much better, or much worse spot. Okay, so now you're getting flanked here. I think you kind of realize that at some point. Okay, they wasted stun on you, that's good. And then you have to go back. You need to eat another tango. Probably shouldn't have ate the tango immediately. You probably should have kept running. You would have missed one more right click, and then you need the tango. Why is this courier not on its way? So that's been sitting there for a while. Good thing you got another set of mangoes. Okay, or tangos. Right, so that was a good stun juke, but once again, you looked at her, you kind of did something, and then you walked away. And you're missing the chance to immediately right-click. You could have immediately right-clicked her and then still seen her do the attack animation, or the stun animation, the cast animation, and then walked away here. So you're missing a lot of free right-clicks here. Lena's getting one extra right-click on you every time. You're getting seriously outplayed by this Guardian 2 or something. This is not good harass trading here, so you really have to A-click. There's no other choice here. Sometimes if you're A-clicking and you're really close to creeps or another unit, you'll attack the unit, but in this case, these creeps are too far away from you, so you're not going to attack them. And if you throw the random right-click on the Dragon Knight, that's not bad either. But you don't want to continue to run around trees and then bump into people. All right, A-click. Okay, so really terrible start here. Go for a pull. So this lane is pushing into your tower. This is going to hit you here. At 47 seconds, you need to go for this pull. You dewarded this area specifically so that you can maintain control of small camp. You have to be pulling it. It's more important than you trying to go up here and right-click the Lena one time. So it looks like you're going to miss this, and you're not even going to stack. Okay, so now you're standing in the trees, not doing anything. Lena and Dragon Knight are both visible in the lane. Ricky is getting, sort of pushed back under his tower, but that's fine. He's getting twice the XP as these guys. He's still going to probably go for these last hits. You need to be not leeching. So right now, there's this bubble of like XP, where if this creep right here dies, the XP is something like this. That's a terrible circle. But basically, you need to be up here where you're out of XP range. Here, you are probably close enough that you're stealing some of that XP. I don't have the graph going, actually, for some reason. But, you have 106 compared to Ricky's 174. It's not bad. You were out of lane for the first couple, but I'm not sure how much you're leeching here. But either way, if you're not going to go for the pull here, which is the correct play, because this wave is going to die, and this wave is going to push past these dead creeps, and then equilibrium is going to be way out here. So the correct play was to pull. Now that you can't pull, and you're still late, and these guys are both showing in lane, you need to go for a stack. So it's 51. At about 54, 55, you need to be aggroing these creeps to stack them out. The small camp here is a really good leash range. So you standing here is a complete waste of time. Looks like you think about it, you run up. Okay, there's still no creeps there. Okay, so they were blocked the first time, never mind. Okay, so I didn't realize that you didn't get the dewarding in time. I'm not really sure what happened there. I wasn't paying attention. I thought you dewarded like immediately after the trade, and that was at like the 30-second or minute mark or before. This is too early. You were aggroing this camp way too early. You're not going to get the pull. Yeah, okay, so you got one creep, so that was pretty bad. You got to know what the timers are. So it's 17 seconds, and you went way too early. So it looks like you aggro this camp at 15 seconds. That's a full 2 seconds. It's a long distance here. You got to get it right. So 17 is like the early side. So right there at 15, you got like one creep. Maybe if you were at 16 seconds, you would have connected the whole wave. Here it's like 18 seconds, and over here it's like 20. So you have a range to choose from. The problem is you went the wrong way on the range. So it's like, this is a 17-second screw up. It's a partial screw up is like 16. This is more like 18 over here, and then this is probably like a 21 or something. I don't even know, because no one pulls this way unless they really have to and they're desperate. But usually you screw that pull up anyway. But this pull straight down, remember, 17, 47, always, 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 always. Both lanes, both sides, whether it's safe lane, safe lane support, off lane support, radiant or dire. Always, always, always 1747. Once you learn 1747, then you can adjust it depending on the angle. But just get used to this nice vertical at 7. That's the easiest way to do the pulls. This one is way too early, and losing this whole creep wave here really hurts your lane as well. You need to eat another tango. You're at half health, 380 out of 60, okay, a little bit better than half, but you got 6 tangos sitting in your inventory, and you're not eating them. At 2 regen a second, you're not going to be full health by the time you should be trading with Lena again. So you need to be eating a tango. This is a big mistake as well. You do have full mana, so that Sage's Mask is worthless and an incorrect purchase. Okay, you need to deny that creep and then take the last hit. I don't know what you're doing right now. You're still not eating a tango. You're dancing around Lena for no reason. You didn't deny that creep. Not that Lena was close enough anyway. Lena may be going for a pull. You can't see. Poison on the Dragon Knight is wrong. You're not going to get this kill. Maybe you get a little bit of harass. That's not bad. Lena comes back. You get stunned. And you lose more health than Dragon Knight did. Okay, so in that trade, you went from 380, you weren't using a tango, you're just now using a tango as you get to 90 some health. So you basically lost 300 health, and the Dragon Knight lost, what was he at before that? He's now 500? 850. Okay, so that's a decent trade on health, but the Dragon Knight's going to regen his fast, so he's got a point. Oh, he doesn't have a point in Dragon Blood. That's interesting. So that's very aggressive of him. So maybe you guys did have a chance to go, but even with the 5 regen without Dragon's Blood, you guys don't have enough to kill him. It looks like he went Bracer first item. He gets 1 point in Dragon's Blood here at 1. Looks like he's saving the skill point. He's got 3, but he didn't level anything up. So he's probably debating whether or not to level Dragon's Blood up. So now that he's gotten harassed, I bet he probably just, yep. So he gets Dragon Blood now. So now he's at 8 health regen. You guys have absolutely no kill potential on the Dragon Knight now without any help. You need to, unless Lena's completely out of lane. If for some reason Lena roams to mid or safe lane, then you can go for the Dragon Knight just fine. But while it's still 2v2 and Lena's still in the area, Dragon Knight is completely off limits, or should be. You guys should not at all be trying to go for the Dragon Knight. He has a guaranteed stun, so it's not a skill shot. He hits it every time. Lena has a skill shot stun, so she misses it. She is much more vulnerable, and you really need to be putting all your pressure on the Lena. The 2 regen she has is much weaker than the Dragon Knight's 8. There's absolutely no reason for you guys to be going for a poison play on the Dragon Knight. It is a big mistake. It has to be Lena every single time. So now you lose all your health. You probably have to waste another salve. Or not, or you're just going to stay low and not trade. Okay, so this is something. So you got a salve. Ricky has his own salve because he's smart and he's playing conservative. So you know it's a little inefficient, but he bought his own salve for himself. So you need to use this one, because the more you try and sit here and play with 200 health and slowly come back on tangos, the less harass you're throwing out. You're not bullying the Lena out of lane. She's bullying you. You're not able to help double last hit for either CS or for range creeps, or to deny. You're not able to throw any harass on the Dragon Knight. You don't have the confidence to go over here to this camp. This is just playing extremely poorly. The Lena has the regen 2. You need to force her to trade for it. And yeah, you're buying more because you're trading worse, but if you have it and you don't use it, then that's the worst of both worlds. Like, not only did you waste money to buy a salve, but you're not going to use it and you're going to try and play low as if you didn't have a salve anyway. Either don't buy the salve and rush your armor or whatever the hell it is you're trying to get, or buy the salve and use it. Alright, so we're at 17 seconds. You can go for a pull here. Lena aggros. You need to attack right now. Okay, so Lena is running into a camp that slows her. And so this camp is excellent, or this creep here is excellent for... It's kind of hard to see because it rewound too far. But this creep right here, this ghost thing with the slow, this is excellent. 25% is freaking huge. And it's a lot of damage to heroes early on too. Like 47, that's awfully good damage. Plus the other 2 little creeps are hitting her. This is a huge opportunity that you just missed. You saw Lena ran too close to the camp. She, for some reason, aggroed the creeps. Oh, excuse me. She's taking damage. You need to run up, throw your slow on her, and then start fighting. So right here, okay? Lena deliberately aggroes the camp. You throw a right click. You see she's going for this. You need to chase right here. You need to run up, eat one of these tangos slow, and then get ready to use the fairy fire as you right click her to death. Very easy play right here. So here we go. You run away. She's getting slowed. She's taking a lot of damage each hit. 25% slow. You could add to that, whatever your 14% is. Lena's not going to get away from you. Dragon Knight's way over here in lane. Trying to do the play on Dragon Knight instead is a big mistake. Again, you're playing into a guy that has 15 fucking health regen instead of trying to kill a person that has 2 health regen. So Dragon Knight is 7 times harder to fucking kill than the Lena. Like 7 times is a lot. That's it's just extremely bad. So you would have killed the Lena like 4 times now if you went for the Lena at the right moments. Alright, so you go for a heal. Someone dies elsewhere on the map, that's fine. So you heal the Ricky up, you nuke him a little bit. The Dragon Knight's down to half. You guys are going to hit him. Oh, the poison wore out. Somehow, the 2 of you, 2v1 against the Dragon Knight, managed to let your 4-second poison time out. That's incredible. So you guys should be hitting him, at least you, even if the Ricky doesn't help. His stun duration isn't 4 seconds, it's 2.5. So he can stun you and then you should still be able to get another attack on him within the 4-second cooldown of your duration for Poison Touch. So there's no reason the Dragonite shouldn't have the poison debuff anymore. So that's really bad here, because yeah, he's regenning all his health right now. Okay, so now you're trying to right-click him, but now it's too late. It's pointless. He's starting to regen his health. He's not poisoned, and you're losing pretty badly. And again, if you had poison right here... Okay, so now, look at this. Riki is going on the Lina, and you don't have your fucking poison. So this would have been perfect. If Riki jumped on the Lina because she was a little out of position here, and you still had your poison, yeah, Dragonite would be, a couple hundred health higher, but you'd be able to slow her. Riki walks past, Lina has to choose to stun only one of you, and then the other person continues to hit. Oh, by the way, you've got a salve that you're not using, so you're still playing at 200 health. So this is real iffy all the way around. Okay, so here you guys go in. You don't have the poison. Riki realizes this, so he gets out. And you start to head back, and you keep trying to use tangos. All right, so you guys are not using your spells to good effect here. It's really hurting you. Okay, go for a stack. Go for a stack. No, wrong play. Okay, so the lane is up here. Nothing's going on. You stop here at 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Nothing's going on. If you had been here a little earlier, you could have pulled. So the correct play here is to pull this camp again at 47 seconds, so 6 seconds ago. Instead, I think you went for like 2 right clicks on the Dragonite. Now that you've missed it, you stop here at, what, 352? Let me see if I can rewind 2 seconds. I don't think that works like that. Yeah, that's not a thing. So here we are. You're doing your thing. They throw a stun. You need to be leaving right now. So 47 seconds, you just missed the pull. You start coming this way. Good, good, good. Now, as you're running to the left, 50 seconds, you can get to this camp by 55. That's not a problem. And what you need to do is you need to aggro this camp and then walk it straight out to the right, because that's the quickest way to pull it. Because it's a ghost, it's going to slow you, so you need to hit this as soon as you can. But you're not even going to try to stack it. So now you leave. You're not trying to pull this one out. Okay, a D-Ward. Poison Nova, okay, or Poison Touch, that's good. So you did poison the Lina. You're getting hit, though. One more hit, and then you can leave. You can leave at this point. There's no reason for you to keep going. You continued the poison on the Lina while Riki was in his Tricks of the Trade form, which is good because Riki can't, reset it. Or if he can, it's lucky because the Dragonite's trying to stay in the middle. So Dragonite is basically trying to tank the Tricks of the Trade and basically body block the Lina. But now Riki has it. So Lina's basically dead. You don't need to keep going here. This looks bad for you. Okay, so there's no reason for you to go for that right click there on the Lina. If Riki gets it, great. If he doesn't, that's too bad, but you traded your life for basically a Lina salve. Looks like the poison canceled the salve, which is good. You got a little bit of value out of that, but you dying there was completely unnecessary. You had absolutely no reason to go up and try and get an extra right click on that Lina. You have to trust that the carry is either going to continue to hit him and chase, or you're just going to let the guy go, and then they're going to play the rest of the lane low HP like you do. In which case they're going to be at a disadvantage. But you completely dying there means you've now died with a healing salve and 4 tangos in your inventory. And this is bad. Like this is enough regen to get you back to full health. So you shouldn't be dying in lane to a non-gank with this much regen. You should be closer to full health as you start that, and then you have to not try and dive for it. So this lane is completely lost. Riki's 300, you're 148. Okay, that's good. You're still trying to get your first item. So notice it's now been 4.5 minutes, and you have not bought your first item. Blightstone is valuable at level 1. Blightstone is completely worthless afterwards if you start to get it too late. So they're starting to get stacks. The Dragonite's getting, whatever his items are. He's got 2 more armor here. So his Soul Ring already nullifies your Blightstone that you're trying to get next. If you had picked up the Blightstone instead of this mana regen, which is worthless because you've had too much mana all game, you haven't been poisoning, right? Or this Fairy Fire, then you would have been doing a lot more damage when you actually did dive with the Riki, and you probably would have gotten more kills. So go with the meta. Check Dota Pro Tracker or wherever other website is you want to go with, and go with meta builds. And no Fairy Fires. So Fairy Fires are no longer allowed for the rest of the season. Unless things change, because these are not being used right. You're not getting the benefit of the 2 damage, and you're not going for the right build that's right clickable anyway. You've got an excess of mana and all this healing, and you just need straight items first. This outplay item here is not working. This is 2 weeks in a row that it's been specifically not used correctly, and it's cost you the lane. All right. So 2 sentries. That's good that you're coming back. You know, heavy on the sentries. You want to make sure that you keep this. So this is good. This is actually fantastic. You're buying a lot of wards, trying to keep the Riki alive and keep everything going. Not sure what you're aggroing here for, because they're going to run into that creep. So I'd be surprised if you got any of these guys to cut over. Oh, you got the range creep? No, you didn't. Okay. All right. So you prep denied that for the Dragonite, and he gets a free deny. And the Riki now is stealing a rune, which is okay, but you need to then try and go for last hits and not give the Dragonite free denies. Okay, not sure what you're doing. Maybe you're going for a 55-second pull. This would be good. If you get the 55-second pull and it's not interrupted by the creep wave, then that'll work out, but chances are you won't get down there soon enough to block creep, or you need to run up. So the problem with this, and you'll see it right here, let's let it play out first actually, is you pulled the creeps correctly. The creeps ran into the wave, but now the other creeps are coming down, and because your creeps didn't get far enough out of the lane, they're going to go right back to the lane creeps. So I don't think you're going to get this. Oh, you got 2 of them. Okay, that's good. But ideally, the way you do this is you go out to the side and you pull them so that the entire wave goes off, and you can pull an entire uncontested wave back for Riki. And so what happens is, instead of them trying to fight for this, Riki gets to free farm a wave under his tower completely uncontested. Dragonite and Lina are forced to go for this camp over here, and they split the XP 3 waves with you because you're also standing in the area trying to last hit and deny creeps in the camp with the medium. So there's more XP overall, but it's split 3 ways, and Riki gets 100% of a wave XP all by himself. So that would have been the play right there. Basically, let me try and get back to that moment. So right here we go, going for the pull. Okay, right here, pull, you're going down, this is good, this is good. Right here, move up. You need to be running up to this corner right here. So the creeps are going to follow you anyway, that's not an issue. They're going to aggro to right next to this little flower patch. You need to be running right up to here, to this point, because you need to catch this creep wave and kind of move it over to the right so that these dire creeps don't come down and smack these radiant creeps right here. So move up, move up, move up. You don't do anything. This guy gets too far, move to the right, and you don't pull these guys off. So that would have been the ideal play. All right, so now you're hiding behind the wave. Terrible position. You should never be in this box here behind unless you're running. You need to be on this side wave. So you don't see the Lina. The Lina sees you because the Lina gets to, the advantage of this creep vision in the wave, and Lina's controlling the side quarter. For some reason, you now think you're weaker than the Lina and you're scared. The thing is, Lina's basically a free kill every time. So you guys need to be playing where you're here with the Lina, and if Lina starts trading with you, and especially if she throws her stun, Riki goes in, he blinks out of the wave. He's got 2 fucking charges. So Lina's trading with you, you're trading with her, you get the poison touch started, Riki blinks out of the wave, starts hitting the Lina. If the Dragonite or Lina stuns him and Lina runs away, Riki then blinks again up to them and continues to hit her and kill her off. So you need to be trading to the point where Riki is looking to the side saying, oh, our supports are both half health, you're a fucking impossible kill, because they don't know if you have Grave yet, and you could potentially have Grave, and even if you don't, you have your own heal. So it's almost impossible for the Dragonite and the Lina to turn and kill you, but it is very, very likely for you and Riki to turn and kill the Lina. So you need to be out of this box and in this sort of shaded area here. Even if you're not really doing much, just providing the vision and trying not to leech too much of the Riki's XP is enough to help out. Oh, by the way, it's about to be 17 seconds, which means this creep wave is weak. This one's going to push in because you had 2 creeps here, 2 creeps pulled over here, so your 2 creeps take out half the strength of this wave, so it's 2v4 in this lane. This lane's going to push, which means you want to pull this lane out so that the next wave is balanced. Riki takes this wave in by himself, you single pull a camp up here, and then you're both getting more experience. Alright, so a lot of positional improvements to be made here. Okay, so you're kind of walking in the area like it would have been nice to do a pull here, but you're way too late. So you're like 10 seconds too late, and the creeps have already walked away. Good idea, but okay, now Lina immediately dewards you. It's a shame. Poison touch and attack. Okay. And see, now you're just playing so scared of the Lina. You're getting bullied out by a Herald too. Okay, you missed the pull here, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, and you're trying to go for a stack, but that's not going to work because it's a ghost. Okay, so you missed the stack. So the ghost was still in the camp within this box at 6 minutes. So that's really bad. I understand going for the stack, but the thing is, certain creeps are strong enough to kill off a wave all by themselves, and ghosts are one of them. Ghosts and voles will kill off the wave if you deny correctly. It's things like the little fucking trolls that won't actually kill an entire wave of creeps, and then you have to worry about, oh, I did a single pull, it's bad. But in this case, these 3 ghosts would have killed off the enemy 4 creeps perfectly fine. Looks like you're going for a D ward anyway, so that's actually fortunate that the camp was blocked. You actually didn't pull correctly, or didn't stack correctly, and then thought you did, and so that gave you a reason to D ward it. So that's kind of convenient. But if you had, stacked correctly, you would have, potentially gotten the extra creeps anyway. So you want to be very careful with the time. If it's a creep that slows you, like voles or ghosts, then you need to stack just like a second faster or a second earlier in order to get it. If it's a short leash like this. All right. So you're doing nothing now. You're hanging out behind your carry. It's now 47 seconds. You're not pulling. Giving him a heal. That's cool. Poison on the Dragon Knight. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Absolutely wrong. So now your spell is down for another 30 seconds. Dragon Knight laughs. He takes a little walk. He comes back. So he's going to be full health. And you wasted the next opportunity. You had to kill the Lena. Your Ricky's now 6. Lena's still 4. If you throw the poison on the fucking Lena and not the Dragon Knight, then Ricky blinks onto her and she's fucking dead. So this is a huge missed opportunity. You guys could have killed Lena over and over and over again in this lane and absolutely trashed it. If you guys had aggroed onto the Lena and not the Giant. Okay, so Ricky goes for Lena, but you don't have poison anymore. So his jump is worthless. Now Ricky has to wait to get another Blink Strike charge. Actually 2, because he's totally up. Okay, Lena has a Clarity, so one of your primary jobs as a support here is to try and prop those Clarities. So the Ricky doesn't want to use a Blink to jump back and pop the Clarity because it wastes a Blink charge, and it also potentially gets him killed because if he blinks back and they get a stun, then he's kind of fucking stuck on this side, especially if he doesn't have the second Blink charge saved up, and they know he doesn't because they just blinked onto the Lena here. So Ricky can't pop this Clarity. You need to be playing on the side trees here because if you're playing in the trees, Lena doesn't see where you are. She's playing in the box, so Lena is doing the thing that you were just doing a second ago, which is wrong, and Lena is not providing vision to the Dragon Knight and isn't helping, sort of flank or zone. If you go through the trees on either side, you either go this way up here or you go through the trees on this side. Here it's a little too close because they can see you. So you'd have to go up on this top side and then just throw a right click onto Lena and pop this Clarity. Don't let her get the full value of the Clarity and continue to out-trade you. Alright, so now you're playing in the box. Worthless here. This whole time, so this whole time you've been dancing around waiting for your courier. 17 seconds passed again. It's now 20 seconds, so you missed another pull. This wave is pushing into you, so that would have been a good time to pull. Ricky really wants to take this XP solo so that he continues to get a level advantage. So right now, he's a level ahead of the Dragon Knight, which is good, but again, Dragon Knight's not the kill, he's going for Lena. But if he gets 7 or something, then he maxes out his first fucking skill, whatever he decides to go for. Because 7 is the earliest you can max out any of your skills, and then he goes and kills the Lena easily. But here, you're doing absolutely nothing. You're dancing, this is worthless. This whole last 10-15 seconds is worthless. Still worthless, still useless. Okay, you're dancing. You started to go up the trees and go the correct path, and then you change your mind, and now you're walking back down. I don't understand what you're doing here. You started to go into the shadows, get Ricky some vision, now you're playing here. So in addition to Fairy Fires being off limits for the rest of the season, this zone underneath or behind the lane, so if the lane is here, okay, so it's not a great box. Lane is here, this entire zone behind the lane that's within the trees is also off limits. So no Fairy Fires and no playing in this zone unless you're specifically helping save the Ricky or both of you are running away from a gank. But otherwise, your entire area of play is this side area. And of course the other side area when you guys finally push the wave up. Then it'll be both sides. But do not play in this back area behind the carry anymore. This whole area is totally worthless. And you provide nothing, and you actually provide a negative effect to the lane because you're just leeching Ricky's experience, and you're showing them that you have no kill potential, which means Lena right now can do whatever she wants because she knows that you're out of position by just sitting here wasting your carry's time and XP. Alrighty. Okay, so Lena pops your Clarity. That's unfortunate. I don't even know why you have a Clarity. Why would you pop a Clarity and even use it? You've got way more mana than you need. You're not using it fast enough. You got the Mango, you got the Sage's Mask, you got the Magic Stick, and you're not aggroing onto the enemy support. So you've got mana that you're not even using. So there's no point in even buying a clarity there. Okay, both stuns are down. So right here, this is your moment. Lina wastes her stun here. Dragon Knight uses his stun here. You guys should be talking about jumping the Lina now. There are 0 stuns available to this team. So if the correct play in the next 5 seconds is for you guys to immediately turn on the Lina. So you need to poison the Lina. Of course, you've poisoned the Dragon Knight. And then continue to nuke. So you poison the Lina, Ricky jumps onto her, and then you heal Ricky, which also nukes her, and then Ricky kills her because she can't run away because they both use both their stuns. So big loss here. Okay, Ricky does the right play. Ricky goes for the Lina, but of course she's not poisoned, so it's actually a harder kill than it's supposed to be. Continues to hit. That's kind of hard. Looks like Ricky's gonna dive. Okay, so I don't know what's going on there, but you're not helping. So in this position, Ricky, for some reason, has decided he's going to dive under the tower to get this kill. So this is a bad call. You should have poisoned the Lina, and the 2 of you should have gotten the kill earlier. Because you poisoned Dragon Knight instead, Lina got farther away and Ricky's diving. Having said that, you need to chase the Ricky right now. So for some reason, Ricky decided it was a good idea to go suicide dive under the tier 1 tower to try to kill Lina. I'm not sure how this ends yet. Looks like Lina's basically dead. Ricky's on the backside of the fucking tier 1, which is crazy. He's got a blink strike, so actually it looks like Lina just dies in the next second here. So Ricky's probably going to blink strike backwards, hit the Lina, and then start running away. Ricky's at 400 health. The Dragon Knight's here with his stun. The tower's hitting him for 90 damage. So actually it looks like Ricky's about to die. Because Ricky's going to blink forward. That's going to put him within the Dragon Knight's stun radius. Ricky's going to get stunned while the tower's hitting him. You, as a Dazzle, are like the one fucking hero. Okay, maybe there's like 3. But you're like one of 3 supports that can actually save your carry in this situation. So the carry has decided he's going to risk his life to go for the enemy P4. Risky. If he gets the kill and you can save him and keep him alive, then it's all worth it. Because he gets the kill, you only have to use 1 fucking spell, this Shallow Grave, for him to get out. And then he can use his salve because he still has a fucking salve for the past 8 minutes because you guys haven't gotten aggressive this whole time. So you going back and trying to get a last hit here shows that you have no confidence in the Ricky. You think he's just going to die anyway, and you've resigned to letting the Ricky die and trade for the Lina instead of trying to save him. And maybe you die yourself, but if you die saving him by giving him a heal, a grave, a heal, and then letting the tower aggro to you, that's a good trade, because that means the Ricky kills the enemy support, the P4, who should be worth more than you, and then Ricky goes back to having an XP and a level advantage, and then maybe both supports die. Or maybe you come up close enough that you don't actually have to get in tower range, you just grave the Ricky and then heal him, and then Ricky can walk back out to you and survives, and you guys start winning the lane here. So you abandoning the Ricky to basically stay in lane for that 1 CS that you got, even though you're like a million fucking gold away from any of your next items, is a really bad choice. You have to be ready to dive with your carry if he does something bad like this. So it's like, let's say the carry does something stupid. He's just like, fuck it, I'm going to suicide in to try and get the kill. Even if it's like much lower percentage than this. Like, this is a good kill here. He's about to get it, but it's only a good kill here because Ricky knows he's playing with a Dazzle and he's expecting to be healed and graved so he can walk away. Now let's see how this shakes out. Alright, so he gets the kill as expected. Big stun, looks like he's dead. Oh, he got out of range just in time and went invis. Okay, so that is extremely lucky that the Ricky survived. And you grave him late, which is worthless because he's invis right now, so there's no reason to grave him because the tower clearly missed. The fact that the tower missed while he was within the attack range means that they don't have vision up here. If they don't have vision up here, they're not going to have vision in the trees here. There's no reason for them to put a sentry out here. The sentry would be somewhere over here-ish, and it wouldn't reach this corner. You did heal him, which is good, but Ricky basically needs to just eat his sad and then come back to lane after he's done healing invis. So it's good that you finally decide to come up and grave him, but that's way too late. You need to commit the entire time. Alright, so Ricky doesn't use his salve yet, which is smart. That's interesting. So that's a good point. So right there, the Lina is dead and gone. And so When I say it's bad to go on the Dragonite, that's only when the Lina is within lane or in the area. When you guys are 2v1, like in this moment here, you just basically ran away from the Dragonite. Ricky is healing up. He's using a salve. He's got, you know, a bunch of other stuff going. He's got a Tango. Maybe uses the clarity, whatever. But he's going to be full health when this next fight starts. You had Dragonite in the trees right here. You should have used your stick or your mango, which you've been saving this whole time for something just like this. You should have turned around and poisoned him. Then Dragonite has to run with poison from this spot here in the trees all the way back up through his lane. At that point, Ricky starts hitting him. Ricky's 6, Dragonite's only 5, so he doesn't even have Dragon form. Oh, excuse me. You just saw he used Dragon Breath over here in the trees. So he's probably low on mana, maybe he doesn't have enough for a stun, and even if he does, you guys get a lot of harass. And this is a time where you can actually harass the Dragonite because you're 2v1 and you know you're going to stay 2v1 because Lina is still TPing back. So Lina is still dead in the fountain, and it's going to take time for him to TP back and then run down. By that time, you've already chased the Dragonite all the way out of lane. So this is actually like the one time where it would have been good to poison touch the Dragonite, and you missed that chance. You didn't use your mana to turn around and basically bully this guy out of the next wave. Okay, so Ricky's going on him again. You're hanging out. Looks like you just ate a mango for fun. You're holding the magic stick, I guess, for... Oh, poison, poison, poison. Where are you going? Okay, so that was a really bad misplay right there. So Lina came up to you. You walked through. Lina threw the stun and whiffed it completely, and then Ricky started moving in towards the kill. So this is a huge kill opportunity for you because one of the stuns is gone and you could have poisoned her and gotten a good kill. All right, so right here, Ricky's in lane. Ricky's paying attention. He's jumped on the Lina every time. Right here, misses the stun. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't, whatever. You continue to run. You need to turn around right here and poison. Ricky is clearly going for it, and he's gone for it every time. Every time the Lina's a little out of position, the Ricky has made the jump. You need to turn around here, poison, and then when Ricky gets in, you nuke. Dragonite is way too fucking far. He doesn't have Dragon form, so he can't stun from like long distance. Lina is dead here again for like the 8th time in lane if you use your poison touch right here instead of running away to preserve, you know, 20 of your health from Lina's next right click. So you're basically running all the way back out of the lane to try and save a little bit of health. You eat a Tango, pointless, and you never use your poison touch. So now Lina gets away scot-free. Maybe Ricky goes for another big kill here. And again, you're not following. You have to follow. Okay, now you could have had that last hit for free. Okay, you shouldn't even be going for that one. Alright. Yeah, why? Why? You just... Lina's somewhere in the area. You didn't bully her out. You didn't kill her. Why would you use Poison Touch on the Dragonite there when you decided not to use the Poison Touch on the Lina? You're skipping opportunities to use Poison Touch on the correct target, and you take every opportunity except the one right one to poison the Dragonite in lane. So you're basically using Poison Touch opposite every single time in this lane. So we're not going to play Dazzle anymore either until we practice this in some pubs. Yeah, that is just weird. So you're using Poison Touch when you're not supposed to, and you're not using Poison Touch every time you're not supposed to, and that's amazing to me. You have to talk it over with the Ricky. I don't remember what the voice comms were. I didn't go back and watch the voice recording for this game. So maybe you guys were coordinated, maybe you weren't. But I'm gonna make sure next week you guys talk about the aggro in lane. Because if you guys time it more, like the Ricky's going for a lot of jumps. The Ricky is trying to get kills. Every time the Lena's out of position, he's jumping out of lane, ignoring CS, ignoring denying against the Dragonite to try and kill the Lena. And if you guys kill the Lena over and over again in lane, this whole game is probably a win. But Ricky's falling behind because nothing's happening. He's going for kills on the Lena. Dragonite isn't bothering to go for kills on you because he doesn't care. And he's out farming the Ricky now. So the Ricky is probably pretty far behind here. Yeah, so Ricky's at 200. Oh, that's current gold. Let's do net worth. Oh, Ricky's up. That's really good. Ricky is up on gold. That's a surprise. I wouldn't have expected that because it looks like Ricky's missing a lot of CS to go for the last hits when the Dragonite isn't. So that's good to know that he's somehow 400 up. It's probably because he has all those kills. So he's got 2 kills. Yeah, it's probably worth about 400 gold. But this lane should be much stronger. where you guys are at right now is a tiny fraction of how successful I think you guys could have been in game if you guys aggroed together. Okay. Alright, 9 minutes. I'm going to say laning is about over here. Okay, nice D-ward, whatever. Ricky goes in, he pops Dragon Form, Dragon Knight's unkillable. And looks like laning phase is basically over. Okay, Ricky just TP'd out to go top, so laning phase is over. So we'll call it a day there for the P5 video.